As Quebec finalizes those plans and Canada prepares for the rapid influx of refugees, some people are already arriving. Well, there were some emotional moments last night as a group of 20 Syrian refugees arrived at Montreal's Trudeau Airport. Many more scenes like this are expected in the coming weeks. With me now is Zarguna Wakil. She is with MOSAIC BC. Hello, and thanks for coming in.
Hi.
Let's go through what happens to these government-sponsored refugees when they first arrive at their destination. So they've been in Montreal, they've been in Toronto, they've now traveled, in this case, let's say to British Columbia. What happens then?
Well, the government-assisted refugees are first met at the airport by a resettlement assistance program through Success, and then they're transferred to the Welcome House that is managed by Immigrant Services Society of BC.
And is there a Welcome House in every community, or just in the big places like Vancouver?
It's to the best of my knowledge, it's in Vancouver. Then from there, they are settled in different areas of Lower Mainland or in BC.
Right. So on that point, when people arrive in their final community where they're going to live, what will happen to them? Like, what is the process that they'll go through?
Well, first of all, they'll be taken care of by applying for the Canadian documents for them, and then opening a bank account, giving them a general orientation about about life in Canada, basic laws, and also giving orientation about school for children. So in this, the settlement organizations start helping individuals and families.
How hard will it be, do you think, to find a place to live, especially for families, some place that feels like a new home?
Well, being a government-assisted refugee myself, it's a very tough process. It has a very high level of anxiety for newcomers. When they first arrive, everything is strange, especially if they don't speak English, the language, they just are lost. Yeah.
And for the government and for the people helping them, I mean, do you think you'll have problems finding just the right places for them to live?
Finding the right place to live may take a while, but finding a place to live is something that the settlement organizations are doing. It's kind of taking care of their first needs, and then from there it will depend on the individual's needs and individual's abilities to settle fully in Canada.
So you talked about kids starting school. I mean, we're in the middle of the school year now. That's got to be a very interesting and also difficult transition for kids to make.
That will be, but kids are a bit faster in getting settled in Canada than their parents are usually. Kids are doing fine in a shorter time. The parents will take some time to, especially if they're coming without speaking language.
Thank you so much for coming in. That's Zarguna Wakil.
Yeah, thank you for having me.